friendship could be. My Little Pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends?
Phew, this spell's a toughie.
We open on Twilight trying a spell that turns an apple into an orange. But suddenly Pinkie.
Kinda threw her aim off.
What a cute orange birdie!
Meanwhile, Rarity has been making an amazing dress. Look how cute she is with her little opera gloves.
You had total awesome amazing fun and I missed out on it?
Pinkie Pie runs off and helps Rainbow Dash with a cloud.
Gotta go!
It's funny because originally Pinkie was going to be a Pegasus with a different name and color scheme, partly so they could have her defy gravity. It seems like even though they made her an Earth pony, they kept all her Pegasus abilities.
That looks like fun, can I join you?
Apple Bloom's lack of reaction to this is kinda weird to me. She's basically trying her best to be included in every fun thing that each of her friends is doing, but it's exhausting, even for her.
I've got so many wonderful friends having fun in every last corner of Ponyville, I can't figure out how to keep up with it all. I can promise to not do anything fun at all if that would help.
You would think of that, Fluttershy. And now Dashie and AJ are inviting her to do things at the same time, and she has to choose which one to go to. Later on, Twilight is never going to get to try that spell properly.
What in the wide, wide world of Equestria are you doing now?
So Pinkie is trying to time how long it takes her to get from Sweet Apple Acres to the swimming hole and back, so she can basically do both things at once.
The only way to pull something like that off is if there's more of you to go around.
You just know that somewhere, some fan has made an actual Pinkie Pie clock that does that.
The Legend of the Miracle! Legend of the who, what now?
Silent Ponyville flashbacks.
I hope I'm remembering the rhymes right from my Nana Pinkie's story.
Anyway, she ventures through the Everfree Forest where she finds something called the Mirror Pond.
Solemnly swear not to be scared at the prospect of being doubly mirrored.
And now there's a Pinkie Pie clone.
Listen, I can see you're having lots of fun, but fun? Did somebody say fun? Where?
There's no way this could end badly. So Pinkie sends the clone to Sweet Apple Acres and she goes to the swimming hole.
Oh my gosh! This is the greatest plan ever!
Continuity! Dash is reading another Daring Do book. Wait, no, it's the same book. I guess it wouldn't be out of character for her to read it multiple times.
The water's great! It's totally wet and everything!
I thought you maybe went to Applejack's instead.
I did.
Oh, the barn up yet?
I have no idea.
And Pinkie is confusing as always. Meanwhile, the clone is on her way to Sweet Apple Acres, but is stopped by Fluttershy.
I know I promised not to have any fun today, but I couldn't help myself.
Oops, it turns out that she's having a picnic with her animal friends. That is too much cute for her to resist.
Oh, but Applejohn sounds super fun too! Who's Applejohn? Two fun things at once, but which? Was it something I said? Yes!
Back at the swimming hole, Pinkie has just told Rainbow Dash about duplicating herself.
Yeah, sure, Pinkie.
You wouldn't think that anything Pinkie Pie does would be hard to believe at this point. Anyway, Dashie wants to take a nap, so Pinkie has some quiet fun.
How'd you do that?
Just trying to show a little consideration for my sleepy friend.
I love that she evaded the question.
Excuse me. And me. I didn't make it! I was on my way there and then Fluttershy.
Anyway, the clone has shown up and asks Pinkie Pie what to do about Fluttershy's picnic.
Then I would have missed the super fun thing with applesauce.
I love this running gag. Basically, she ends up with the same problem that the real Pinkie had earlier.
Tell me what?
Tell me what?
Come on, would I lie to me?
So they go to the Mirror Pond and make 2 more clones.
Plus another double me, which makes 2 double me's, or a double me, if you will.
Oh god, there are already too many Pinkie Pies. So now they're all set for doing all of the things Pinkie wanted to do with an extra just in case. But as soon as Pinkie turns around, the clones start making more clones. And again.
Knock it off!
So now they're all going to Ponyville. God, it looks like someone is popping a pot of pink popcorn. Alliteration.
Between the bunch of us, we should have every nook and cranny of fun in Ponyville covered at all times.
Anyway, she gives them a quick lesson on who all of her friends are.
Fan out on 3. 1.
And they're off.
Good enough. La 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 la.
Notice that they made a point of showing Pinkie Pie being considerate while Dash was taking a nap earlier, but the clones don't care.
No more Pinkies! I can't take it!
Meanwhile, the apples are putting the barn back up, though I don't know why they bother. I don't know why they expected any other outcome.
No.
And now Pinkie is realizing what a mistake she's made. So Pinkie clones have been causing disasters all over Ponyville, so naturally everyone goes to Twilight to complain. What does the mayor of Ponyville even do, come to think of it? Seems like Twilight is in charge of this town. Anyway, she and Spike go looking for a book that talks about the Mirror Pond, and Spike finds one in a hidden compartment behind some other books.
The Legend of the Mirror Pond.
She finds a way to send the clones back, but she has to figure out which one is the real Pinkie first.
Excuse me, whoever you are.
I never noticed before how distinct Twilight's body language is.
I'm the real Pinkie. No, I'm the real Pinkie.
Oh, hi, Fancy Pants. He's in Ponyville visiting Rarity. I just know it. Meanwhile, Pinkie is having kind of an existential meltdown.
Which one of us is the real Pinkie? And if I can't tell us apart, who can?
Maybe that one's the real Pinkie.
Please, the real Pinkie Pie never sat that long in one place her whole life.
Oh, come on, Twilight. Clearly the one who is self-aware is Pinkie.
And if I said I was the real Pinkie, you wouldn't even believe me anyway.
I miss the real Pinkie.
I bet she misses you too. Bet she'd do just about anything to get to be with her friends again.
Aww. But that gives her an idea.
What if you gave them a test?
Have all of them attempt to do something very un-Pinkie-like. Whichever one is able to power through it would have to be the real one.
That's not a bad idea.
Again, this is definitely not something that one of the clones would say, but whatever.
But what if I don't pass? Oh, what if I'm not the real Pinkie Pie?
Aw, it sucks to be Pinkie Pie. Can't believe I just said that. I love this. Applejack and family round up all the Pinkie clones, and it looks very similar to when AJ and Winona rounded up all the cows all the way back in Applebuck season. Oh, and Winona is helping this time too, so there you go. Anyway, they all get herded into the town hall where Twilight has a plan in mind.
Please have a seat and make yourselves comfortable.
If she can ever get their attention.
Sit down!
Wow, Twilight would make a good teacher.
Found this one poking at the ground with her hoof, drawing frowny faces.
Have her come sit with the others.
Again, oh, whatever.
It's a simple test. About as simple as they come. And whoever passes gets to stay.
Anyway, the test in question is literally watching paint dry.
On your mark, get set, go! Oh, hey, look at the birdie!
One looks at a bird outside and it's banished to the pond, somehow.
Watch me bounce and touch the ceiling!
And now the rest are getting bored and outing themselves as clones.
Is that a frog crossed with an orange?
I like the return of the frog orange.
Look what I can do with my hooves!
There was a fanfic about Lyra where she did something similar with magic.
Bet you can't make a face crazier than this!
There's the gag of the whole series. The best part is how the one in the foreground looks horrified. A bunch more gets sent back, and now we're down to only 2 Pinkie Pies.
Some ponies making balloon animals! What? Where?
And then there was one.
I pass? You're the only Pinkie who kept staring at the wall. I had to. I couldn't leave my friends. I just couldn't.
Well, that was a hard way to learn that she can't be with all of her friends at the same time.
I'm me. I'm me.
Poor Pinkie definitely earned her happy ending this time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am.
Well, the barn is back up, for now. Anyway, Pinkie helps to undo the damage her clones did, and they block the entrance to the mirror pool so it won't happen again.
You want to know exactly what I feel like doing right now?
I don't blame her one bit. And so ends Too Many Pinkie Pies. This was a pretty good episode. One gets the feeling that the creators wanted to remind everyone that Pinkie Pie is more than just her gimmick, even if she doesn't always remember it. If you look closely, you can tell that the background Pinkies are all reused assets from previous episodes. I don't blame the animators for that, I just think it's interesting. Fans like to speculate whether or not Twilight is committing murder when she uses her magic on the Pinkie clones. I think it's made pretty clear with how they're shallow representations of Pinkie at best, that they aren't really alive. They're basically magical projections, even if they're solid. Speaking of dark interpretations, though, I get a kick out of Pinkie's existential meltdown. Pinkie confuses easily and it's usually played for laughs, and it is here too, but it affects her in a much more serious way than usual. She basically becomes not herself. It's presented in a way that's funny, but underneath it's kind of sad. And that leads me to my only issue with this episode. It's pretty obvious which one is the real Pinkie Pie. Only one of them was showing any kind of self-awareness and regret for her actions. I wouldn't really mind the idea of Twilight doing the test anyway, just to be sure, but the fact that no one picks up on the idea that that one could be the real Pinkie Pie is just kind of weird. Well, to his credit, Spike does it first, but he almost immediately lets go of the idea. It doesn't ruin the episode for me, but it would have been nice if it was handled better. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good Pinkie Pie episode. Next up is One Bad Apple. See you then.
Pinkie, you have got to stop talking to yourself. Starting now.